Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're tackling a really interesting problem called minimum deletions to make string balanced. This is a classic string manipulation problem that can be solved in a few different ways, ranging from simple logic to dynamic programming. We're going to break down the most effective approaches step by step so you can really understand the why behind the code. First, let's look at what we're asked to do. We are given a string, let's call it sys, that contains only the characters A and B. Our goal is to delete the fewest number of characters possible so that the resulting string is balanced. But what does balanced actually mean here? It means that we can never have the character B appearing before the character A. In other words, all the A's in our final string must come before any B's. So let's clarify this definition. A balanced string looks like a chunk of A's followed by a chunk of B's. It could be all A's, or all B's, or empty. Those are all valid. The only thing strictly forbidden is seeing a B and then finding an A somewhere later in the string. For example, A, B, B, B is perfect, but BA is not, because the B is essentially blocking the A. To fix BA, we'd have to delete either the B or the A. Let's take a closer look at the first example from the problem description. A, B, B, A, B. We need to figure out which characters to remove. You can imagine placing a dividing line somewhere in the string. Everything to the left of the line should be an A, and everything to the right should be a B. If we put the line after the second A, we'd keep the first two A's, and then for the rest of the string we'd delete any A's we find and keep the B's. In this case, we'd delete two characters to achieve balance. There are usually multiple ways to cut it, but we want the one that costs us the fewest deletions. Before we code, we always want to think about edge cases. What if the string is empty? Well, that's 0 deletions. What if it's already just a men? That's balanced, so 0 deletions. Same if it's purely B's. The tricky part comes when they are mixed up, like AB, AB. We need an algorithm that handles these mixed cases just as reliably as the simple ones. Just a quick heads up. We'll be walking through the solution using Python logic because it reads very much like English, which is great for learning. But don't worry if that's not your main language. I'll be showing the full code for Java, C++, and JavaScript towards the end of the video, so stick around for that. Our first major approach is what the editorial calls the two-variable method. It's a really smart optimization of the dividing line idea I mentioned earlier. First, we count all the A's in the string. Then, we walk through the string character by character. At each step, we pretend this is the split point. We calculate how many B's we would have to delete on the left, and how many A's we'd have to delete on the right. We just keep track of the minimum cost we've found as we walk the entire length. Before we look at the code, let's talk about the real reason people fail at LeetCode. It's not because they can't reverse a linked list. It's because they break their daily streak. I built my daily to-do specifically to solve this. You can set Solve Daily LeetCode as a routine task. This means it reminds you to complete your routine tasks every day. It's a dedicated system to force you to be consistent, which I also use to remind myself to upload these videos every day. If you're watching this channel, you're trying to improve, so this tool makes sure you actually show up to do it. I also want to be 100% transparent about how this app will grow. I am an indie developer, not a big corporation. I will never take away a free feature you already use. Core features like repeating tasks remain free forever. However, as I add new server-heavy features, they will be part of the premium plan to help cover the costs of running the app. Also, the price of premium will go up every time I ship a major new feature. So the best time to get involved is right now, while it's early. Check it out at the link in the description. Okay, we've talked about the big picture and the logic. Now let's see what this looks like as actual code. I'll put the full solution up on the screen first. And don't worry, after that, we'll walk through the most important sections together. Here is the Python implementation for the two-variable method. We start by counting all the A's. Then we loop through, updating our counts and checking if the current spot gives us a better result, meaning fewer deletions than what we've found so far. Let's break down that loop. At the start, we assume our split line is at the very beginning. So, A_count holds the total number of A's to the right. As we process a character, if it's an A, we decrement A_count because that A is no longer to the right of our imaginary line. Then, we calculate the cost, the number of B_count we've seen on the left, plus the A_count remaining on the right. We update our minimum deletions with this value. Finally, if the current character is AB, we increment B_count, because for the next position, this B will be on the left side. Now let's look at a totally different way to think about this, which the editorial calls using stack. This one is super intuitive. Remember, the only thing that breaks the balance is a B followed by an A, so what if we just hunted down those bar pairs? We use a stack to keep track of characters. If we encounter an A and the top of our stack is a B, boom, we found a bar conflict. We effectively delete that pair by popping the B from the stack and discarding the current A, counting that as a deletion. Here's the code for the stack approach. It's very clean. We initialize a list to act as our stack and a counter for deletions. We iterate through the string, and the if condition checks exactly for that bar collision. If we find it, we pop and increment the count. Otherwise, we push the character onto the stack to check against future characters. The heart of this solution is this if block. It asks three things. Is the stack effectively not empty? Is the last thing we saw a B? And is the thing we're looking at right now an A? If all yes, we have a problem pair. By popping the B, we are essentially saying, okay, let's delete one character to fix this local mess. It turns out, greedily removing these pairs gives us the optimal global solution. Finally, let's look at the optimized DP approach. This is often the preferred solution in interviews because it's efficient and shows you understand dynamic programming. The idea is simple. As we walk through the string, we maintain a value DP which tells us the minimum deletions needed for the part of the string we've seen so far. If we see a B, great, it can go at the end without issues. But if we see an A, we have a dilemma. We can either delete this new A, which increases our deletion count by 1. Or we can keep this A, but that forces us to delete all the Bs we've seen previously to make it valid. We simply take the minimum of those two options. And here is that optimized DP code. Notice we don't even need a full array for the DP table. A single integer variable DP is enough because we only care about the previous state. We also track count_B, because that represents the cost of the keep the A and delete all Bs option. It's super concise and efficient. Let's zoom in on the decision logic. When we hit an A, we update DP. DP plus 1 represents the choice where we say it's cheaper to just remove this annoying A. Count_B represents the choice. No, I really want to keep this A, so I'll pay the price of removing every B that came before it. By taking the minimum, we ensure we're always on the optimal path. So how fast are these solutions? As the analysis shows, all of these approaches run in linear time, or big O of n, where n is the length of the string. We just walk through the string once or twice. For space, the two variable and optimized DP methods are the clear winners with big O of 1 constant space. The stack approach is big O of n space, because in the worst case, like a string of all Bs, we might push everything onto the stack. Alright, that covers the main solutions in Python. As promised, for those of you who code in other languages, I'm about to show the full solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript. I won't be breaking these down in detail, but they follow the exact same optimized DP logic we just discussed. Just pause the video on your language of choice to check it out. Alright, as promised, here is the full solution in Java. It uses the optimized DP approach. You can pause the video here to take a closer look at the implementation. Next up, here is the C++ version of the solution. It's very similar to the Java one, leveraging the standard min function. Again, feel free to pause and review the code. And finally, here is the solution in JavaScript. Hopefully seeing it in a few different languages helps solidify the concepts regardless of your tech stack. So let's wrap it up. We learned 3 powerful ways to solve this. We saw how to simulate a dividing line, how to use a stack to cancel out bad pairs, and finally, how to use dynamic programming to make the optimal decision at each step. The biggest takeaway here is that balancing often means finding the right split point or managing order constraints, which DP handles beautifully. Also, if you're looking for even more LeetCode problems beyond the daily challenge, I've started a second channel called LeetCode Unlocked. It's where I'll be posting solutions to a ton of other problems. So if you're serious about your interview prep, be sure to check it out. The link is in the description below. Hope this LeetCode solution breakdown made sense. If it helped, give that like button a click, maybe subscribe for more, or drop a comment if you have questions. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you know straight away when I upload a video, because I upload videos daily. If you want to support the channel, a few people have asked how I plan my solutions. I'm a big fan of sketching out the logic and data structures on a tablet before I code. It really helps. I've put affiliate links in the description to the tablet I use and a few other good options. Using those links doesn't cost you anything extra but really helps me out. Or, if you're feeling generous, there's always the Boba Fund. Keep coding, and I'll catch you in the next one.